Welcome to the Silent Observer. If you are clicking on this video, it is likely because you are tired. Not the kind of tired that is fixed by a night of sleep. I am talking about a deep, soulful exhaustion. You are tired of being perceived. You are tired of the maintenance required to be you. We live in a culture that suffers from a chronic obsession with visibility. We are told that to be seen is to be successful, that if you are not broadcasting your life, you are not living it. We curate, we post, we signal, and we perform. But there is a breaking point. There is a moment, perhaps you are in it right now, where the cost of maintaining your social avatar becomes higher than the value it provides. You feel the urge to pull the plug, to go dark, to disappear. I want to be clear. I am not talking about depression, though the world often confuses the two. I am not talking about running away from your responsibilities. I am talking about a strategic, psychological withdrawal. A period of 3 to 6 months where you step off the stage and retreat into the wings. To the outside world, this looks like you are losing. It looks like isolation. But biologically and psychologically, something entirely different is happening. When you disappear, you are not closing yourself off from the world. You are opening yourself up to the only person you have neglected, yourself. In this video, we are going to walk through the 5 specific psychological stages you will experience when you vanish. We will discuss the pain of the detox, the clarity of the silence, and the power of the return. If you have ever wanted to vanish just to see who would look for you, or perhaps to find out who you are when no one is watching, you have found your community. The moment you decide to disappear, to stop posting, stop socializing, and stop performing, you will not feel peace. Not at first. You will feel pain. This is phase 1, the detox. Modern socialization is not just a habit. It is a chemical addiction. Every notification, every like, and every superficial conversation provides a microdose of dopamine. We unconsciously calibrate our self-worth based on this feedback loop. When you cut the supply, your brain enters a state of withdrawal. In the first 2 to 3 weeks of disappearing, you will feel a phantom itch. You will reach for your phone to share a thought, and remember, there is no one to share it with. You will dress up and realize there is no one to see you. You will feel an intense wave of social atrophy. Your ego, which has been fed by external validation for years, begins to starve. It will panic. It will tell you that you are becoming irrelevant. It will whisper, "If I am not being perceived, do I even exist?" This is the most dangerous phase. Most people quit here. They return to the noise because the silence is too loud. But if you understand the psychology, you will know that this anxiety is not a sign that you are doing something wrong. It is a sign that the addiction is leaving your body. You are breaking the feedback loop. Hold the line. Because once the noise dies down, you enter the second phase. Around month 2, the withdrawal subsides. The anxiety of missing out fades. And it is replaced by something much more confronting. The mirror. When we are constantly surrounded by people, we project our energy outward. We are radiators. We bounce our personality off of others. But when you disappear, that energy has nowhere to go. It hits the walls of your solitude and bounces right back at you. This is why people are terrified of being alone. Not because they are lonely, but because they are forced to look at themselves without a filter. In this phase, you will start to see the cracks in your own foundation. You will realize how many of your desires were mimetic, meaning you only wanted them because you saw other people wanting them? Did you actually want to go to those parties? Or were you just afraid of sitting in a quiet room? Did you actually like those friends? Or did you just like having an audience? Solitude acts as a truth serum. During this phase, your cortisol levels, the stress hormone associated with social performance, begin to drop significantly. Your nervous system switches from fight or flight to rest and digest. You stop performing. You start being. This is where the quiet authentic is born. You begin to do things solely for the intrinsic joy of doing them, not for the extrinsic reward of showing them. As you settle into your disappearance, a painful but necessary phenomenon occurs in your social life. We call this the great pruning. When you are always available, you attract people who consume your availability. You attract people who love you for your utility, for what you do for them, for how you listen to them, or for how you validate them. When you disappear, you stop being useful. And naturally, the people who only loved you for your utility will fall away. The texts will stop coming. The invitations will dry up. For the anxious person, this confirms their worst fear. Everyone forgot about me. But for the silent observer, this is a victory. Psychologically, you are conducting a stress test on your relationships. You are shaking the tree to see which leaves hold on and which ones fall off. You will realize your circle is much smaller than you thought. Maybe only 1 or 2 people remain. This is not a loss. This is a purification. You are trading quantity for quality. You are learning that you do not need to be popular to be valued. You are learning the difference between acquaintances and allies. Let the dead leaves fall. By month 4 or 5, something magical happens to your perception of time. In the social world, time is linear and scarce. It is a series of deadlines, events, and fear of missing out. You are always racing to keep up. But in the void, time expands. You transition from FOMO to JOMO, the joy of missing out. Without the constant comparison of social media, you stop feeling behind. You realize that behind is a relative term that only exists when you are watching others run. When you can't see them running, you naturally slow down to your own pace. This is where mastery happens. This is the phase of deep work. History's greatest thinkers, artists, and leaders often utilized periods of disappearance. They went into the wilderness. They went into the monk's cell. Why? Because the human brain cannot achieve depth when it is constantly skimming the surface of shallow interaction. In this phase, you might read books you've put off for years. You might fix your physical health. You might simply learn how to sit in a chair, stare out a window, and feel completely whole. You are building a reservoir of self-respect that no one can take away from you. Eventually, the season of disappearance ends. You choose to re-enter the world. But here is the final shift. You do not return as the same person who left. You return as a sovereign. When you come back, people will notice a change. They might say, "You've changed," or "You're so quiet now." They might try to pull you back into the old dynamic. But it won't work, because you no longer need their supply. You have spent months generating your own energy. You have built an internal world that is richer than the external one. You engage with the world, but you are not consumed by it. You are present, but you are not attached. You speak less, because you know the value of your words. You have learned the ultimate lesson of the silent observer, that the world is a wonderful place to visit, but a terrible place to lose yourself in. If you are listening to this and you feel the pull to withdraw, Do not let society pathologize that desire. It is not a symptom of illness. It is a symptom of growth. It is your soul asking for a sanctuary. You are not falling behind. You are sharpening your blade. Sometimes you have to disappear to be found. Thank you for watching The Silent Observer. If this video validated your need for silence, please subscribe. We are building a community here for the quiet, the deep, and the real. Until next time, observe more, speak less, and find your power in the quiet.